Oh. Okay, ready? And bring it in. Hey guys, welcome to today's episode. How you doing, Joelle?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. We are recovering,
Yeah,
right, from
well,
Sacanime.
You were there a lot longer. I just went up Saturday. I drove up Saturday to Sacramento, and I drove back Saturday night. So.
And me, I went all in. So we drove up Friday after school, me and two of my boys, the oldest and youngest.
Right.
And we stayed Friday night and Saturday night and came home Sunday evening. So it was a full situation for us.
I know, because when you texted and said that you were still there or you were getting ready to go or something, I was like, you're still there? I had no idea.
Girl, we went to IKEA.
See, I wish I could have. We had to get back. We could only go up for a limited time because of the doggies. We didn't have anybody. My husband was out of town.
My husband told me after the fact I would have taken care of the dogs.
They are a lot. We have 3 crazy dogs. And for those few of you that were at our live stream that met them on camera when they knocked everything over, they're crazy. They're just crazy.
And unfortunately, they can't come here because my little Zelda
would eat them alive.
She's a punk.
She's so cute.
She is in charge of the world.
So anyway, yeah, we did that. I don't know.
Was it worth it, do you think, the drive up and back? Kids had a good time?
The kids had a blast, and we got to meet, we got to meet Johnny Blanco for the first time in real life. And
yeah, that was really cool.
One of our supporters, like from early on.
Way early.
And it was really cool. We actually got to spend time with them. Like, he was able to hang out with us for a while.
He was so brave to hang out with our chaos. He said it was like herding cats like 4 times, and he is not wrong.
He's not wrong. But see, because
it's our normal.
We don't ever want to put that on anybody. If you're out with us and we have our kids and it's just too much for you, you can go without any kind of regret.
Yeah, which is important to say. Like, we decided and talked about it, and before we went to Sacanime, we said we are not going to moth. We are going with our kids because we're either all in with the kids or we're all in with Muff. It's very hard to do both because it really is like herding cats. There's a lot of them.
The only time that it's possible to kind of balance is when it's just the teens.
Yeah, if we just have like one kid, it's easiser.
But I took all 3 of my, the ones that still live in the house, and then you took 2.
I took 2, and then friends.
And we met up with Halcyon and Pudding.
Halcyon and Pudding, which are our friends, and Pudding had some friends there as well. So
yeah, we got to meet Piper, which was cool.
Yes.
And Piper's parents.
Yeah,
that's really exciting. Yeah. We have something upcoming.
We'll see. Yeah. So it was very fun, and it was a lot of people, but it's hard to moth in that instance because we're just really focused on our kids, and as we're walking through the crowd, which Sacanime is super crowded, just counting heads and making sure we had the whole litter.
Right. Well, and we walked over to 7-Eleven to get a snack and some coffee, and it was so packed that's the whole time. I mean, Johnny was holding up the rear, and we were in front, and we all just continued to count heads, like 1, 2, 3, 4.
He was so brave.
So brave and so gracious. I mean, really. If you're not used to that, sometimes it's really overwhelming, and he was just so sweet.
He is a very nice guy. Very nice guy.
Anyway, so that was cool.
Sacanime, generally, I will say I'm a bit salty. I'm a little salty.
We weren't, I didn't love it. It was okay.
Well, for me, the reason I am salty is because as a test, because we've talked about before, we've put on Facebook when we do furry things, and it's crickets. Nobody comments, nobody likes, nothing. But as a test, I said, I'm going to put a bunch of pictures and say we're at Sacanime. So many likes, comments. Looks like everybody had a great time. Like, love from all of my people. And I appreciate my people for doing it.
Right. But okay, so yes, it's ridiculous that the fur cons have like that. Nobody wants to say anything because they're concerned we're taking our kids to like this really inappropriate place. Okay, look, and nothing against anime. Nothing against anime at all because my 12-year-old loves it. I have to be very careful with what she wants to watch though because there really are a lot of adult themes. Talk about like sexualizing characters, and I don't care. Like whatever, do what you do.
Be sexual. That's great.
It's great, and I
it's
try
not
to tell
great
my kids,
for our children,
right? And the differences between the cons, like at Sacanime, a lot of the characters that people are cosplaying wear very little clothing. I mean, very.
I saw a woman. She just had an ace wrap around her breasts.
Yeah,
as a shirt, and then somebody else was wearing, I don't know what the character is because I don't know a lot about anime, but she was just wearing white, like vinyl straps.
Right.
That's it.
And, you know, and fine. It's not a big deal. Like, my kids didn't care.
No.
But it just kind of made us a little bit upset because there's such a difference in a perspective.
Yeah. I feel salty about that there's negative connotation associated with furry fandom when they are literally covered from tail to snout.
Right. And
with fur.
Things are separated.
Practically naked, ass cheeks hanging out. But hey, it's anime, so that's
it's
cool.
Fine. But also, like the art, the 18 plus art for furries, I mean, we've always been very impressed where how it's labeled and separated. The panels are labeled. That did not happen. You really?
Some of the tables it was covered, but many of the tables
it wasn't. Yeah, I should say that. Some did try to be respectful, and some just. And so my team had a great point that the furry fandom has been. The furry fandom has to do that because of the perception. They are hyper vigilant about separating, which has ended up making it more family friendly. Now, if we can just get the public to understand that, and it seems like every day it's getting better, I feel like.
Yeah. So
anyway,
just to reiterate, we are not salty at anime.
No,
we are salty at the public perception that anime is clean but furry is dirty.
Right. That's what that's where our issue lies. Not with the anime.
We call bullshit on that.
We do. Because we've been to both now, and bullshit.
Yes.
So,
but
good point though. But anime is great if you're into it.
My son had a blast.
Well, my 9-year-old was really upset that I wasn't loving it as much as I love FurCons because he saw Overwatch characters and he saw Pokemon, which are that's his like love in life. So he really loved. Oh, and Messick. Every time he saw whatever the Overwatch character that Messick
is, I forget the name of it.
Every time he was like, "Look, that's Messick's character.
Oh,
look, that's
I didn't hear him say that. That's so cool.
So cute.
That's so cool.
But that part of it, and then my 12-year-old loves anime, so
I specifically asked her, and she said she had a great time.
She had a great time, so it was fun. It just was a different energy than FurCons. FurCons have just a better, just everybody's so happy and excited to see each other, and the hugs are, I don't know, it was just a different energy. It was fun.
I don't mean, again, so all this backpedaling, this is, everything we talk about is our experience and opinion.
Right.
We don't mean any disrespect.
No, the kids had a blast.
The kids had a blast. But I personally feel that the anime conference experience is more aggressive. There's weaponry, that's part of it, the cosplay,
you have to check
all
your
of
weapons.
Those things. So when people are cosplaying or they're adopting a persona from one of these anime
or whatever's,
yes,
right,
then it can be that character is more aggressive and they stay in character. For instance, we went to a Homestuck panel because my son loves Homestuck.
See, I missed this, so this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
It was great fun. It was super fun, and I have no regrets. Wonderful. There's nothing negative about that, but one of the characters pretty much only flips the bird and says the F word. So that's their character. So to me, that's different than what I have seen at FurCons because my son was like, well, you might not want to bring the little guy to this because it's more adult themes, which I appreciate, and I just put his headphones on and he was oblivious to all of it. He's on the spectrum, so he was focused on what he was doing. Everything was fine. But I just think that there is that element. So when people are adopting these, or like Harley Quinn or Joker, or some of these characters are they're more aggressive.
Okay, yeah.
So if you're adopting that character throughout and you stay in character, then kids are going to hear more aggressive speech.
Well, and Johnny had pointed out that, like in anime, several people will be dressed as the same characters. There will be different levels. At FurCons, for people are their own persona, so maybe that has something to do with it.
That's a good point. I mean, my own son dressed as Harley Quinn one year
I remember that
for Halloween, and so I happened to see several Harley Quinns in various states of undress. Which again is great.
For my kids, we did see one really, really cool thing. We saw 3 people together. One was Rose Quartz, and one was Yellow Diamond in a dress. It was a big deal. And Blue Diamond. So that was cool. They're big Steven Universe fans. So.
Don't know who that is, but that is cool. So there was super fun stuff to see. But for me, I have social anxiety.
It was overwhelming. It was so overwhelming.
So many people.
We had to take our younger kids. We let the teens go because they were with a large group of friends. We let them walk around, and we had to take the youngers just off property, away from it. I mean, we walked a couple blocks down.
Well, my anxiety was getting like...
It was overwhelming.
It was a lot. And, that's something to be said for. I have my own social anxiety. So do my children. Everybody's different with their level of comfort. It was so many people.
So many. But, we've had it. We've gone to, like, BLFC. There were a lot of people. But it was different. And maybe it could very well have something to do with the fact that we're into the furry fandom. And we aren't really familiar with the anime. If it wasn't a household name, I didn't know it.
Yeah, and I will say that's a great point, Joelle, is that me going to the anime, and I would go to any anime with my kids anytime. They loved it. I loved seeing my kids happy.
Right. We'll do those things with our kids.
Definitely we'll do that. But me going to an anime convention, and I think you said the same, reaffirmed that I'm a furry.
We are totally into the furry fandom. Yes, we are definitely, we will do things with our kids. We like to do things, and, and we like to enjoy the time we have with them because it's very limited, really, to have that kind of time with them. But we are definitely into the furry fandom. Like, we really are part of that. That's part of us now. It's different. It was just different. And it made us really, really long for the next FurCon. So I can't wait till AnthroNW.
Definitely. And again, anime was fun, would go to any of it, but I didn't identify it like I felt that level of comfort. When I go to a FurCon, I'm like,
I know. It feels like...
Bring it in, people.
Yeah, it was just a complete different sense. But speaking of AnthroNW, we got something in our post office box today that I think might have something to do with it.
This is the real deal. We're not putting it on. So there's a
note.
I know. Don't look.
Okay, I'm not going to look at it. I know what it is. Well,
read the card before you get the package.
I've never done that. I always look at the present first. Go.
Here we go. Dear Moms of Furries, that's us.
That's us.
I'm sending you some fur scraps for the AnthroNW room.
Yay!
Warning, content's extremely fluffy and prone to shedding everywhere. I will be building some ear and tail sets as part of my fall crafting, so I'm hoping to have more for you by con time. I hope the kids can find good use for them. Thanks so much, Frances Polly, a.k.a. Mama Bear.
Mama Bear, thank you.
There's so much in here, y'all, and it is content's under pressure. Let me tell you.
Oh my gosh,
She's
so
much in here. Look at this.
Oh my gosh, can we get it out and look at some pieces?
I want to look. Said disclosure that you, but
no, we gotta look. I can't.
Okay, we got a vacuum right over there.
Hey, this cannot be any worse than my dog.
Oh. Sorry, I went crazy. Look at this.
That's gonna be awesome. That? Oh my gosh.
This is perfect to do at least one. Yes.
Because see, guys, on the it's like living at my house.
Bonnie.
But yes,
this will do at least 2.
Look.
I love.
So we're hoping that some kids, or we expect some kids, to want to take the masks that we have and
add masquerade masks.
Yeah. And add fur to them. So that is really good.
To make a furry mask. I love.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this would make great eyebrows.
It would. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for us today. Do we have anything else?
What's coming up for us? We should talk about that. What's coming up?
The Furry chair stream. We're going to do a charity live stream with the
Furry chair stream
with the Furry Broadcasting Network and Stark. We're really excited about that.
Our friend Stark, who we love.
And that is on, I think we've decided that it's going to be on the 14th at 6:30 Pacific time, 9:30
Eastern time once we
Standard. I think that's it. And you guys, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing yet, but you're going to love it.
It's going to be fun.
And our charity that we're supporting is the LGBT Foundation.
Yes.
And so, guys, join us. Donate if you can. Is that it? Oh, we have a lot more coming up.
Some other stuff coming down, but we will...
Some stuff we can't say yet.
Yeah, we'll announce some of that pretty soon. But we're getting jazzed about AnthroNW. So I will add my usual... If you are just checking us out for the first time, please go back and watch our very first episode. We are moms of furry children that they brought us into the fandom and probably regret it now because we're crazy. We've taken it as our own. And if you are so inclined, please like, subscribe, and maybe click on the bell so you'll be notified when we put out a new video or live stream. And you can check us out at mofurries.com. And we are on Twitter at Moms of Furries.
And Instagram, Moms of Furries.
And Telegram.
We're everywhere. And you guys be on the lookout for Moth merch coming soon.
Yes. And we are going to be the Youth Activities Coordinator
at AnthroNW.
At AnthroNW. And we are going to be hosting activities like creating the masquerade masks.
Badges.
Badge art for kids to make their own. And games and stuff. So we do have a wish list on Amazon if you want to check that out. Help us make that room fantastic.
We'll put all the links to everything down in the description.
Thanks for stopping by.
Bye.